All right. I'll do a couple of runarounds first. I need to post on Discord. Why is music playing? Didn't realize that till I put in my headphones. Fixed it and then it unfixed itself. I'm really confused. I thought I did a thing to fix it, but apparently that didn't work. Actually, I think I had to Download a thing. Oh, I didn't have to download it. Damn it. Let me see if I can fix it quick. Hello.
Hello.
I think I have to go to the website for that. My stream deck's still being stupid.
That's right. You still got a horse. You're making a horse video.
I've been doing that for many years. Whatever, I'll just do the normal select it.
Why aren't you chasing fandoms?
I know. I'm actually stupid for not doing it.
This needs to be all about Bluey. Or Five Nights at Freddy's. Is that still cool?
Probably, but I think getting popular in something isn't just about making something in a popular fandom. It's also about getting into that fandom at a pretty starting point too. Like if I were to have jumped into Five Nights at Freddy's right towards the beginning of it, it probably would have been a lot easier. But everything's a little harder when it gets flooded. That's why, like, to me, Monster Hunter would still kind of work, because as far as I can tell, there's not many animators in Monster Hunter.
I don't think there's a lot of people playing it right now either.
Actually, I'm curious.
Like, I think World bombed.
Which do you think has more players, World or Wilds?
World.
That's what I wanted to check.
Wild's the new one, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Wilds has 7,100 people on.
That's nothing. But more people are playing Half-Life 2 currently.
It's actually pretty good for a game, though, just not of a AAA title like this. 4,600, so not quite.
Okay.
But...
Type in Half-Life 2.
On.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Come on.
That's the Wii one, isn't it?
You mean Switch?
Yeah, Switch.
You always call it a Wii. Michael, do you know what time it is?
Is it horse time? Is it pony time? Is it booping time? Is it smooching time? I bet it's smooching time. So Kitty.
Oh boy,
yeah, he's smooching time.
Yeah, followed by no smooching.
No, no
yeah,
smooching.
But, I feel like he's just the lifeguard that nobody listens to.
So that means there's as many people playing both the other Monster Hunters, or there's more than half of playing World still, which, considering the one game is like over 10 years old.
How many people are playing My Little Pony, Maritime Bay?
It won't give me a number.
Oh yeah, well, because it's got tons of people.
No, there's...
Check it. I put My Little Pony.
Unless I spelled it wrong. Oh, wait. I don't think...
There it is.
Oh, Maritime Bay is on there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to give a number.
That horse.
Yeah. If it's at a certain low enough number...
Group chat.
It just doesn't...
Those horses, they're got to smut cuddling. Look at that horse, he's jumping.
She's banging her head on the wall. You were too curious on Half-Life 2, though.
Everybody's playing Half-Life 2 forever.
There is 1900.
Yeah, just playing Half-Life 2 because why not?
Well, I think also mods.
The best mod for that game is just the one that Valve released to update the game.
No.
A little bit.
The best mod for the game is the one that adds multiplayer.
Well, that's not a mod, that's Synergy. It's actually a completely different game.
But it is Half-Life 2.
Yes, but it would be under a different counter.
Yeah, but so that's the best mod.
I hated the mods that tried to... There was like some HD mod that came out years ago. I was like, gonna make it a whole brand new, amazing, awesome title. And they turned Alex into a bimbo. No. They just gave her big, like, injectioned lips and double D cup boobs. With like a low cut, like, thing so you could see her cleavage. And it's like, come on. That is... complete disconnect from the character.
What resolution am I running this at? I want to make sure it's not 4K. It is 4K. Let me restart because the frame rate's going down. It's probably because I'm running on a 4K.
It's like, it was like this idea, like, how do I make the character look more realistic? I know, give them more wrinkles until they all look like Yoda.
There was a period of time where like bump maps were king, and I would say that was like 360 era.
Yeah.
Was when they started adding crazy bump maps to faces, when all you needed was just good animation. Good animation with low quality models is fine. High quality models with low quality animation is shit.
Don't you know that realistic faces have folds in them?
It's
jowls.
No, it should always be prioritizing animation over quality of anything else.
I do wish the source filmmaker ponies were fuzzier.
No, that would be melting.
No, the G5 ponies, they were fuzzy. That was the one good thing they had going.
Didn't really improve it too much.
The G5 ponies had the perfect amount of fuzziness on them.
Actually, if I get rid of this, okay, then that's much better. Okay. Still not a huge fan of how she lets go. Well, I'm not a huge fan of just how like a hoof is holding on.
Hoof holding has always been.
But there's no other choice.
You could have, I don't know, yeah.
It's more of
you could put something there that she grabs onto that breaks off when she gets pulled. Maybe a weak piece of metal.
No, because I'm kind of stuck with what this is.
You can add a little piece of metal, like poking out the side.
Yeah, but then I'd have to redo her animation to have her go and lock to that object.
She wouldn't have to lock to that object. It'd just be there.
It has to, because otherwise she's like sliding through the object. I have to have her arm locked to something.
Yeah.
And I already have.
Yeah.
So doing that again means I'd have to go from scratch because I built it around a certain lock.
Maybe I'm thinking of it differently, but I feel like you wouldn't have to do that.
No, her arm is bent in a curl pattern. If you were to go and move it to a different position, now I'm moving the leg in any way, and it's going to counter and cause other complex problems.
Shakalaka.
Well, that's just like left over in a pile.
It's
got cookies inside it. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Okay, this is hot cocoa mix with M&Ms, some sort of whipped cream with cookies underneath.
Cookies dipped in hot chocolate that makes it soggy.
Michael, this is your dream dinner when you were 8.
True.
I think even my
then it would have been
self
Chips
would have
Ahoy
been
at the bottom.
No.
But if your 8-year-old self was wanting ribs for a snack,
honestly though, like I've never changed in that regard.
Fair.
I always have been the burger kid. I don't.
you know.
We know.
No.
Oh, we know.
No, the Burger King.
The Burger King.
We need to
The
get you your
stacker.
We need to get you your crown.
No, I've always taken that like the burger over the piece of cake every day in my life.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Did you eat the 5 burger patty there too?
As a child,
They served you the
I
five
did
burger
win when I was a kid. I did win some eating contests.
Good. Yay.
Sugar.
Sugar. Oh, honey.
It is hard to mess up sugar, yes.
All right. Enjoy.
There you go. It's more of. It's just I'm still not happy with how she lets go.
Because you gotta have the song "What You Say" play at that part.
Copyright.
That you only meant what because you did. Why can't the ending for all these horses be happy?
I think I need to have it like something showing you being whatever. Nice that you guys have internet. No, unless somebody hits a poll.
Yeah. Honestly though, as dark as Fall Equestria was, the actual show wasn't much better. Between Gen 4 and 5, a lot of shit went down. That was pretty dark. None of the main 6 were like killed, but a lot of ponies were.
what I want to do. When she starts being pulled, which is here, tend to here.
Would you want a movie about what happened between Gen 4 and 5? Because I kind of would.
Between Gen 4 and 5?
What actually happened that led to, like, Equestria's collapse?
No. Mainly because it would be all dark.
The ending would be the creation of the crystals, which you had kind of a high moment at that point, but everything leading up to it would be very dark.
Yeah, which, well, I mean, it wouldn't be like evil dark. It would just be like kid dark, which I don't think would make a whole movie worthwhile.
No, I don't know. A lot of ponies were implied to have died.
They're not going to put that in theaters.
No, they kept it very ambiguous.
So you wouldn't get it. It would just be...
Still want it.
That's what you go and give people thousands of dollars to make it for you.
Oh, yes. I just need to win the lottery. Which I did buy a ticket on Monday. Did not win.
Well, I know.
How do you know? How would you... what would be the first sign that I won the lottery?
You wouldn't have been complaining today.
Then I would have showed up with the house horse that I've been wanting.
A house horse.
Mm-hmm. House horse, it's a super tiny horse you can keep in the house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then I would say no.
Why? You got the cat things all ready for the house horse.
I would be like, no. And then you'd be like, but I won the lottery, so I got a house horse. And then I said, okay, well then there's a price to this.
Oh no. Exploitation.
The horse has to pay rent.
We already talked about this. You wouldn't charge a magical horse rent.
I'm not charging the horse, I'm charging you.
Oh. Hmm.
So I'd charge you rent for the horse, and it would be $80,000 a month.
That seems a little steep.
You have the money. You get a magic horse.
I feel like for that money, I could just buy the horse its own house.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be there to like see it every day. You wouldn't buy your own house.
Maybe I buy like the neighbor's house. Got lottery money. I see how often the ambulance is at the house across the road. They'll be out of there soon anyways.
What?
Nothing. I'm saying they're old.
Some of them are.
Yes. I'm dying. For I too am old.
Well, yeah, I gotta actually like make that like Hot Wheel that comes up look right.
Yes. Have Steve McQueen just jump on Twilight Sparkle there.
No,
Now there's a
that's
ship.
blue.
I wonder if anybody's done that shit. I gotta look it up.
Steve McQueen and Twilight Sparkle.
Mm-hmm. Is it all that much worse?
This
than
is the
Mordecai?
internet.
What was the name? It was the car. What Steve McQueen car?
Was the Mordecai in Twilight a ship?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
The original.
Yeah.
Like, or was it just them doing a fun video?
No, it wasn't even a video. It was just a picture of them singing the lines from that.
But how did they? Well, why is it shipping?
Because they were back to back crying and singing about each other. Because the song's about two lovers. It was definitely a ship from the get-go. Just gonna be devil's advocate over here.
Mm-hmm. I love being devil's advocate.
I know you do.
But then you just think that that's
thing.
my real belief on things.
I know. I mean, there's a truth. There's a certain amount of truth in the things you say. Or
Wait.
Sparkle.
That's why I'm being devil's advocate quite a bit. For one, because it's just fun to mess with you.
Yeah, fair.
And two, because then you don't know when I'm actually telling the truth.
I just assume never.
Yeah, probably pretty accurate.
I saw some pictures there for a second, but then they were gone. There's some pictures of them together, but I'm not seeing any smooching.
Yeah, that's why I don't. Somebody probably did as a follow up. I'm just curious as to whether or not the original had that as the premise.
Oh, you're talking about the original picture with more. Yes.
Like, was it intended as a ship?
Here, I'll bring it up. It very much was. I'll show you. That entire meme was based off of, and get ready for this amazing picture. It will absolutely blow your mind. It was this picture. This was the original.
Why is it zooming in?
I don't know.
It was like trying to say, like, this is a Twilight Sparkle. This is an abomination to nature.
And it's her going, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now. And they're crying, and they're back to back, and there's a love song. And the entire meme is based off of that picture. That really bad children's drawing. And it blew up into a whole thing.
It's probably not a children's drawing. Now you're just down, like, making fun of somebody for trying their best.
Okay, well, if that's a 30-year-old man's drawing, I feel like I need to make fun of him just a little bit.
For doing their best to create art?
That was not his best if he's in his 30s. He needs to apply himself.
Wow. Michael just hates humanity.
I do.
And apparently bronies too.
They can be a bit much.
Oh yeah. You have to be a dick about it.
This video someone made. When I say they can be a bit much.
So wait, the person that made that art, whatever.
That, at least that's that's applying yourself. I mean, they probably shouldn't have, but I could really use a wish right now. I think somebody did a Source Filmmaker video where they just had them singing that song. Oi. Beer.
It's beer.
I've seen that video. It's not beer. He's drinking water out of a can. Which makes sense because he makes an absolute mess with it, and it's a lot easier to clean up if it's water as opposed to beer. Just destroyed that illusion. And somebody recreated the picture.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
You say that the original art is bad, but it also became super popular. And what are you?
Well, that's just it's one of those things where you never know what's going to blow up. It's not about how much effort you put into it. It's about just like what triggers the internet algorithm. Sometimes it's a bird and a horse making out, and other times it's just a couple of numbers and kids saying it and laughing. I mean, it really gives credence to the chaos theory. Just down a bunch of food and then was like forced to eat pure sugar bowl. It's just a bowl of pure sugar. I feel like left to his own devices, that's all he would eat. It's just sugar.
Well, we're going down swinging.
No.
See, anybody else I would have said that to would have got the reference, but you only get like Beatles references.
He would have gone down swinging. Yeah, I don't get that reference.
Nice does.
He would've- Must have missed that movie.
It's a song.
Something about sugar? Is it a song about sugar? Because that's what we were referring to.
Because sugar, we're going down swinging. See, he's literally just an old man.
Maybe you sing more of it. I don't know many music artists after like 1980.
You're number one with the bullet. A loaded shotgun, cock it and pull it. A loaded gun complex, shotgun, pull it.
Going down, that one. That Radiohead?
Hey, look.
I don't know.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
You went like 10 years earlier. So,
Yeah, let's talk about the Beatles. I got their albums. I got some Blue Oyster Cult.
so you said that you have their album?
Kansas albums.
That also implies your album?
I have a couple of their albums.
The use of the word album.
What do you mean? That's what it is.
They really, I don't know many musicians that are doing like full albums.
Yes, but
anymore.
I have albums.
You stream it. Or you get their CD.
It's still an album.
Album. But she's going to go play canasta later.
I want to watch these horses. They fill me with joy. Look at that one. I'm just gonna go play with the Hot Wheels. It's your favorite thing. Loves Hot Wheels. Yay, Hot Wheels. Yay, Hot Wheels. She's excited.
I think my biggest issue with her little drag is that
Can you please just AI that in?
what?
Yay, Hot Wheels.
Why do I have to AI it in?
How did she get dragged in? It could be in her voice. You're like, yay, it's Hot Wheel time.
No, it's very smooth on the motion. I'm not using any helpers for the camera. But I think if I do this, okay, I'm kind of curious on this. I'm gonna try something. It's locked to her right now. I'm gonna unlock because I don't need it locked there anymore. So when it's being dragged, or that'd be hard to test. I'm curious because I got rid of the log thresholds. So I want to see if doing so, when I save it, it still removes it. I think actually I don't need to do that selection anymore. There's a script you can get. Kiwi Fruit Dev has called Auto Init Manager, and this took me to figure out how to get it to work. But it will show all of your workshop scripts and potential other scripts. And it will allow you to have them auto run so that when you start up the software, it will automatically run those scripts. So I don't have to enable them myself. Some of them like disable log thresholds, clear decals, which I have tied to another custom one I wrote into that one too. Add volume slider. They just automatically start at the beginning. So, they're very useful for having it that way. And I like that script. It just had a bit of a learning curve for getting it to work, but I do recommend that if you have certain ones like that, because the removing log thresholds is just useful overall. So I always want to have it running. No, I want to check here. So we're gonna go just select a certain amount of time, and I'm gonna need to make sure it has fall offs. And there it is. Okay, so we're just going to do a tiny move. I need to select, I think, just one of these. Yeah. Okay. I thought I removed the threshold. Okay. There, now it's working. Curious, actually. I know I selected it, but then I loaded the model. So if I move this model, let's load another model. I'm gonna grab this one.
I dinged.
Okay, that one still works too. I thought maybe it just applies it to all the active models. All right, so I just want to check. So if I move this thing just a teeny bit. Oh no, I gotta go and select the root. Just hold the root. Okay. Just a tiny bit. Let's say like that. That should be boxed out completely. I'm going to save it. I'm going to close it. And we're going to reopen it. Because I want to see if I reload the software, has the script enabled before I open the file. Does it still save that information? Or is it just like something that's running in RAM, but as soon as I move it to other stuff? That might be why actually it does the rounding. It's just to save RAM and stuff. Because I don't want to put time into assuming that that tool is helping me and then actually have it be where it's lying to me, where as soon as I save it removes those things. Because there it wasn't actually applying right away. Okay, now we go to our little helper here. Okay, it does still maintain its roundness. And it's still activating correctly. Oh, that's probably what I did. I went to go turn the script on. And instead, I probably turned it off. Yeah, that, see, now it does the boxiness. So you can see it's just doing boop, boop in a line. Okay, so that means I'm fine. Okay.
It's just kids trying to get me to buy a Derpy plushie.
So buy a Derpy plushie.
$215.
Oh, well, I guess Derpy doesn't deserve it.
I have a lot of Derpy plushies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael, how many horses is the right number?
An endless number. An endless amount of horse.
Mm-hmm. So,
If I can start using your bedroom to keep all the horses.
why do I have to do this?
You have to surrender your bedroom specifically.
Okay. So what I wanted to do here is it doesn't look like Twilight's bumping too much like on the surface there. So especially since there's technically like all little holes there.
Yeah,
so I want to have
gonna be like speed bumps. They're gonna she's gonna glide pretty smoothly across it.
not really because of friction. Certain parts of her, like when she puts a hoof down, it's increasing her friction, so it's going to slow her down a little bit. She's going to have an infrequent or a changing speed. It just doesn't feel realistic to be moving at a completely uniform and even speed the whole time. So I'm thinking and moving her and making her bounce on the surface is hard, maybe shake the camera a little bit. And that's my thought. Except generally,
I feel like eating a pure sugar mush might have been a bad idea.
okay, I think it's a little aggressive.
Yeah, it's just like the Hot Wheels.
Oh yeah, and I can't extend this as it is. Like I can't alt pull it.
Those hooves.
Which makes this a bit harder. here. Okay, and then we're going to trade the motion. So we're going to put it to this one, 0 it. Now we unlock it and reverse it, and then 0 this. Now it should act exactly the same as before, but now the camera is on its own little like motion thingy. Okay. So now I can take the camera and I can add a bit of jitter. Put a little bit more on. I can actually do like full camera everything now. And I don't want to move that. And actually, I probably should even be doing this like on the poly, but I don't care. I'm lazy. Oh, I gotta be careful on this. Oh, only the transform.
Anybody in chat having a good week so far?
No.
Anything exciting? It's snowing here a lot. Oh, the roads were not fun.
I think we're getting more than anticipated.
They said the temperature's lower than they thought it was going to be, so the snow line's further south.
Yeah, but also I thought it was supposed to end like after a couple hours, but they're talking like 20% chance, but even after midnight there's another 70-something% chance again.
They were talking it's not going to stop until 6 a.m.
It's on and off, so it's not it's not 100% chance till 6 a.m. It's on and off, where even at like 4 or 5 it says 14% chance. So by 6 a.m. it's going to be mostly done well beforehand.
I'm just happy I managed to get most of the way into the driveway.
But then noon and 1 it's snowing more.
Mm-hmm.
How does this week look, Michael? Thursday's got snow. Actually, we got negative temps Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is actually we had a slow start to the winter, but
it's ramped up.
Well, not only that, not the snow. Normally December's not that cold. But going into negative temps in mid-December is actually really early for us.
Yeah.
So this is kind of nuts.
The almanac predicted this.
Thankfully, we're getting we got some really cold temps before it snowed too much, so we had a good insulation layer or good frost depth before the stuff kicked in.
Boy, looked up that.
Okay, so the camera shake does improve things. Let's do a couple other things here, though. When she drops, like here, I want the camera to kind of go up a little bit like that, maybe.
Like her cute little shoes. It's really sad she's being dragged to her fate worse than death. I don't like that as much.
What are you talking about?
Maybe it's just a spa.
She gets to survive much longer into the future?
As an abomination with no control over her person.
But she's still a horse.
I mean, it's actually pretty debatable.
Would you want to be in that position?
What's that?
In Twilight's position?
Or she's being dragged away by Hot Wheels.
No, to be in the mind meld with other horses.
They don't have boobable snoots no more.
Yeah, but you get to hear all their little boobable thoughts.
Their boobable thoughts, I see.
And you can see through all the horses' eyes.
Yeah, they have like probably 20 of them now.
Yeah, so all the other horses that are out there, all the things they're doing, all the like booping they're doing, you get to watch all of it.
That could be fun.
And wasn't it at the end of the book where it's very heavily implied that for a short period of time, Twilight like sees through one of those unicorns?
She manages to tie her consciousness to one of the alicorns, yeah.
For a moment.
For just long enough to get Pip out.
Yeah.
When she realizes that Pip's her like great granddaughter.
granddaughter?
Yeah.
Pip was?
Oh no. I'm thinking Blackjack. I was confusing the two.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mix up Project Horizons in the original book. They all kind of meld together. Now, she threw a huge fit and nearly took control of the goddess from Trixie when she learned that tidbit.
I was thinking for a moment there that you were
In that book.
saying that Twilight and Applejack had a thing.
Twilight did. I mean, Blackjack was also Big Macintosh's descendant because Big Macintosh and Twilight had a thing.
So in a way, you could say that they're Little Pip and Blackjack are related, but they're like
distantly related. Yes,
they're like great like cousins, fourth removed or something.
Probably even more than that. It's probably like cousins 8 times removed or something. But yes, Big Macintosh would have been Blackjack's great grandfather by blood. I don't even know if Big Macintosh ever knew Twilight was pregnant. I think she kept it from him. And by the time I think she was ready to tell him, he had died in the war. And then at that point, she decided to get rid of the kid. But she didn't want to kill the child. So she had a surrogate mother to take over the pregnancy. But I've already told this story, and you can go read it yourself.
I know, you're doing the thing again.
I'm talking about the thing that you're doing. The story. One of them, anyways.
Michael?
Mm-hmm. Poof. Yeah, he's like, this is the Hot Wheel time. So excited. Excited for Hot Wheel time. Is that her eyeballs coming out of her face?
It's her cheeks retracting a bit because I caught the jiggle bones at a weird spot.
Yeah. I assume if anybody is in chat, they didn't do anything this week. That's cool too.
I've been doing a lot of D&D prep.
You have. And after this stream, I have to prep too. I have to somehow do the stream, cook a meal for tomorrow, and finish prepping my character for level 2. And
it's going to take you nothing at all.
Yes, but I got to get the soup ready too.
Like I said, it's just you just have to figure out what 4 creatures you want. That's the big thing.
It's a tall order.
And 1 spell.
Yeah.
I already have all your other spells ready.
No. Well,
I did your printouts. They're over there.
I'm gonna use restroom.
But Kyle, I've requested now like twice to send me his spell list, yes. And he hasn't. So. I don't really need it, but he's playing wizard, so I really want to know what spells he has, and so that I know what spells he should run across, because wizards can learn off scroll. That, and I'm doing every printout for everybody so that we don't have to waste time going digging through books or looking up online. Just a printout that says this is your spell. It's right there. I don't like her eyes closing quite at this point. I want to delay it. So that it's like when she impacts. It's also not on time with the frames. Okay. that's better. Okay, that'll be fine. But before she falls, her eyes should probably look up. And technically, this should also still be up here. And so just doing some of these little details is helping a lot for this, how it's looking.
I return. Anything exciting happen?
Just doing scared horse things.
D&D will be fun. Though I think session 1's still going to be just as even more chaotic than session 0 was as far as figuring things out. But, you know, there's going to be a learning curve. Some of these D&D groups go on for years. And by that point, I would imagine everyone's got the shit figured out. But
I kind of made a big campaign, so we'll see how this one goes.
she looks high in this shot.
I'm working on it.
One of the Hot Wheels. Got excited.
Oh boy. Oh boy, Twilight that I'm.
It's Twilight time.
Okay, and then right when her jaw hits, right here to here. So basically within about 1 frame, but I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Her jaw needs to be closed. And probably extra closed. Make sure you guys smashed it.
It's a real loud phone. I can't turn off that little clicky thing. Or yeah. I'm trying to figure out this phone. And even though I got the volume all the way down, it still has like an audio aspect to the clicks, which is kind of annoying.
Oop, that's not what I'll do.
See, now you locked yourself out.
Okay, unlock it. I hit the wrong button.
Here you are trying to be like, I'm not the old man, you're the old man. Look at all those horses.
No, I don't know where your volume rockers are. Okay, so here is all your volumes.
Oh.
So you turned on the media volume, but you still have all these others. And if you decrease any of them to 0,
You don't decrease ring.
so it'll just set it to vibrate. But if you want,
I'm gonna guess it's notification.
that would be
I was looking at it.
dial pad tones, tap and click sounds.
Yeah, give her that.
Okay, well that one's off. Now see if it just works better.
Good.
Tap and click sounds, doesn't make any sense.
Now I can quietly look.
No, when you change the volume, a little ellipses pops up that does more sound options.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at a thing here that says the pony Wanted dead or alive for being dangerously cute and notoriously good looking. That seems like a real problem. Gotta take that pony in. Questioning.
I don't really like the idea of Twilight doing the little back thing here. I'm gonna see if I can copy paste.
I like the back thing because she's looking for something to grab onto.
I know, but she does it at the beginning. I don't need it again.
I feel like she's just flopping around in desperation. I think it looks good.
No, it's more of I don't like it here at the end. Because she's looking the other way, yet she still somehow knows immediately to grab that thing.
I think she was just lashing out her arms, and it caught her arm.
No, right now she hits her head and then immediately goes and looks behind her. I want to do more of a dazed thing. She just slammed her head. I would think she'd be like, oh,
she'd be a little dazed. Yeah,
maybe knock the tooth out. And Trixie better pay for that.
I think Trixie's about ready to really mess her up. So,
with Hot Wheels,
with all the Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
I've never seen a flattering picture of what the goddess looks like. It's very much just reminiscent of the master, which makes sense. But it's not pretty.
Let's see. It's like the Ted guy from Horizons that like kept himself alive forever and just became a mass of human flesh.
Yeah.
That they never show.
I don't think I ever saw it. They never show it, and you just know it's a mass of human flesh.
Okay, fine. Kyle will finally send me a spell so I can get that printed tonight. Yeah, I think everybody but John gets a spell at level 2. So
yeah,
everybody
John
has to
very much
it out.
has an aversion to magic. So
yeah, he's making himself scared of magic, which I like. I think that's fun,
yes.
Especially when he has 3 magic users he's going with.
I'm trying to turn myself into a magical horse, so permanently.
Okay, so I wanted to move it here because I want to see earlier motion. Okay, so I can grab this motion here and use it. I don't know if it was also behind.
Did the click thing again.
It might be like a different setting for that specific noise. Oh, I need to keep this on there too. All right, and I don't have the root. So I want from basically, I'm going to say from here. This is when she starts shifting over to here. I'm going to go a couple back because I'm just going to paste it and then blend it. Okay, that does, I think that had some removed other motion. So I'm really not a fan of that either. All right, what we're going to do instead is, can I just like blend this? Just kind of get that as one. Let's playhead that a little bit more at the beginning. Yeah, that's a little better. And then it kind of has her like being dazed, though. Yeah. I'm gonna have that's not the final, it's just smoothing it out, and then because like her arm is like slowly getting raised up and isn't actually interacting with the surface. So from here to here, I might have to, I want to get it like most of the way, but then I want to start kind of doing a more keyframe, like going frame by frame and figuring out where the legs are clipping, because like this arm is now not in the right position, but her shoulder's a little high, so we'll just do it there.
Ooh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Trying to think of what else I got planned this week other than the D&D game. Hello, Nolan.
Apples.
Cheesecake Song
It's
by
not this week.
Lois
Apples.
Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong. That makes more sense.
Okay, actually, he spelt it wrong. So okay, I'll give you that one for saying Lois.
Armstrong was like his like adopted granddaughter.
Lois.
The Cheesecake Song. I don't know
I don't know the
the
cheesecake,
Song. So I don't know how the song goes, so I'm just gonna make it up. Kinda. I got the lyrics here. I met a babe in the backseat
It's not
driving.
singing.
It is if you're William Shatner.
Oh,
I met a babe in the backseat driving. Back in the saddle, she'd sit. Pulled on the reins just to keep me rising. She'd love to chomp at the bit. Sounds like a horse. Daddy, do it. Oh, just do it. Daddy, do it. Please let me see. Do it, please. Just do it, Daddy. Do it, driving me crazy. Well, that's fun. She always walks with her eyes down on her bootlace. She lives to give it away. She don't believe in the right time or the wrong place. She's always liable to say. You know, I'm starting to think that this lady he's singing about is one, promiscuous, two, nothing to do with
wow,
cheesecake.
using big words.
Nothing to do with cheesecake. Do it, Daddy, do it. Oh, just do it, Daddy, do it. Please let me see. Do it, please. Just do it, Daddy. Do it, driving me crazy. Oh, here we go. Here's the part where the cheesecake.
Louis Armstrong song just has him saying, "I love cheesecake. I'm nom nom nom," over and over again.
No, this is the song I found. Cheesecake.
Is this the song you're?
Yeah. Cheesecake looser than her. Cheesecake looser than her sister. Cheesecake. Her sugar gets me high.
What the frick?
She knows
Scope just
I
joins.
can't resist her. Cheesecake, she got fingers in her pie. See that?
Michael.
Okay, we're gonna end it there.
That is where you finally had it end. Is when it made a horse reference.
Look,
that you
okay.
thought of?
Oh, that was Aerosmith. That wasn't Louis Armstrong at all.
I regret everything he said.
That is Aerosmith's cheesecake lyrics.
Michael, can you look up the other one just so you can see the lyrics?
Sure. Here, it's at the top. I scrolled from too far down. This one just says, "Oh, cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake, cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake, 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 gobble gobble cheesecake."
That
gobble,
seems much
gobble,
better than the other one.
I mean, if you apply it to the other one, though, it's worse. Cheesecake, cheesecake, gobble gobble cheesecake, gobble gobble cheesecake, cheesecake, gobble cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake, cheesecake, oh cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake, munching on a cheesecake.
So you're putting rhythm to this one.
Cheesecake, gobble gobble cheesecake, gobble gobble cheesecake, 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 gobble gobble cheesecake, gobble gobble cheesecake, cheesecake, cheesecake. My girl, she is crazy over cheesecake all the time. So I'll bring her cheesecake and she'll treat me mighty fine. And then back to the screaming about cheesecake. My girl, she's crazy over cheesecake all the time. So I'll bring her a cheesecake and Rudy dot and doody dotty doodly yeah.
That sounds actually like your original Michael song.
Yeah.
Do dee da do do da dee da do da do do la dee 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 da
Cease desist.
dee dee da do.
Look, see, we got two good songs about cheesecake there. I regret everything. Look, I think we've learned a lot about cheesecake today. Oh, how you doing, Scope? you doing, Iron Fox? How you doing, Nolan? Y'all popped in.
Yeah, they popped in time to hear you, like, definitely
Singing about
not doing
cheesecake.
Nolan's song.
I looked up cheesecake lyrics, and that's the song that came up
No.
first.
No, it wasn't. You said it was second.
Well, I didn't see that one first. I always assume the top link's an ad.
So you always go to the second.
At least. Somebody's messaging me. It might be a cease and desist from Aerosmith from doing a better version of his song. It's Scope saying stop.
Really?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Oi. Cheap audience. Ooh. I got off work. Need to drive home. Driving home is rough these days. I thought you worked from home. I thought you just...
No, he has to go to sites a lot. They do installs and
I
stuff.
thought your job was to take naps on the couch and, like, talk about routers,
Talk about girls.
you know? Horse girls. We will not paddle you. That horse butt.
Sorry, I'm late. Please don't ban me. Boundary. It's not a problem. I'm the one on a schedule.
No, I'm the network engineer. I don't want to go inside and plug all the internet's cables in. Go on
So
site.
you go in there and build up the plan for somebody else to have to go in and do all this stuff.
from his
then.
couch where he's taking a nap. I just assume when people are like, I have a job. Oh, where do you work? I work from home. Oh, so you don't have a job. Okay.
Well, then I have no idea how this house is still going.
This one?
Yeah.
That's because I have a job.
Oh, yeah, you're the only one paying rent.
Well, somebody's got to work. And somebody's got to animate ponies. We all have our lot. Make that horse do horsey stuff. It's like, but I don't want to play with the Hot Wheels. She's a Matchbox horse. You ever try to use a Matchbox car on a Hot Wheel track? It worked 90-ish% of the time, and then Matchbox cars could be a little less, I don't know, they didn't always work. I think Matchbox was actually before Hot Wheels. I think Matchbox was first. And they were called Matchbox. Why? You know why?
Because the boxes that came in were or because they were the size they could fit in a matchbox.
Well, yeah, they came in Matchboxes. The company used Matchboxes, like, put them in original packaging. So, yes. Cat plus owl equals a meow. It's very cool. Very accurate. I wish I worked from home, but I would be too distracted by Silver to get work done. Yeah.
By Silver doing her job, you'd be looking over there and being like, that's my wife.
I missed something disturbing that Michael did, I see. Well, I was just
Wow.
talking about cheesecake.
Yeah, you're gone for a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Michael was told to play the lyrics of a song, but he ended up looking up the wrong song, and instead singing up some other one that was pretty lewd. And then when I was like, I don't think this is the right song, he had to tell me that I was wrong. And then, nope, that was the song.
I was already into it. Hello, Sussman, who changed their name. It's been a bit, yes.
Silosus.
I just keep looking at this horse, and I think to myself, where is this horse's pants? She got a shirt and she got shoes.
Michael, that would make it lewd.
Would the pants make it lewd, or the fact that she's wearing everything but pants?
No, that's fine.
It lewd?
It depends. If she is skin colored, like, is there any horse that you can think of that has that is skin colored?
Like pear butter?
Yeah, but you never see her in clothes.
No, you don't.
See, that's why.
That's why, because it'd be lewd.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's a good thing Twilight isn't wearing pants, because that would be weird. I feel like if you're going to wear every other article of clothing except for pants, you're just making a statement. And that statement is, it's hard for horses to take off pants. And when you gotta go, and you don't want to be fussing with that.
Actually, I have a better reason. Flat textures are easier to animate. If you have like a texture or something on clothes.
Yeah.
Like there was something I was reading about in He-Man. There's like one of the guys has like a letter on his chest, and I think it's like an O. And in the original, like his name was like, I can't remember the name, but let's just say it's Orzo. Originally it looked like Gorzo. It was supposed to be a G, but then they knew that they'd have to make two different animations for going reverse mirroring. So they instead made his letter an O, because then it was the same either way. Yeah, and so this whole name went around saving money in animation. Do you have Jackbox 11? Yes, I do. I do have it now.
Like occasionally they have the ponies wear pants in the show, but it's rare. And I always just assumed it's because if you're like an earth pony and you have to use the bathroom like really bad, and all you got to do to work like a belt or a pair of pants is hooves, you're in trouble. You don't want to be in that situation.
You want to do hearsay? Probably not. That is something that somebody could very much abuse. And also, I found like it was fun the first time, but like I don't know how fun it would be multiple times. Because if people I don't know making weird sounds over the internet, no, to me that is just ripe for abuse. The Doominate's really good. Doominate's the best one on the new pack. The cookie one is interesting, but it's like a little too intense on phones. Like we were having lag all over the place, and if you're not in a good connection, it doesn't work too good. I was like, that one's whatever. The joke, or not the joke, the trivia like D&D type thing is neat, except for if you really want to get the most out of it, you have to make like a long game out of it, which is whatever. And then the other one was about like some lying and thing. That one seemed okay. I forgot what it's called, but it seemed okay, but it's probably not one I'm gonna play too much. Doominate though is worth the whole pack. Doominate is really good. We played it when we were at the con just so I could get an idea as to how some of the mechanics worked, so that we can play some of them on next weekend.
Oh, so no more expedition.
Yeah, it's the weekend for.
And then I'm,
Well, because we have, that's gonna be Jackbox, and the 20th is gonna be Expedition. Mm-hmm. Then you're gone the 27th.
Yep.
And then the 3rd, or not the 27th, the 28th. Sorry, we're adding these backwards. But then the 4th we're doing D&D. So if anything, I might move the game stream to the 3rd. Because we were gonna play the 3rd D&D, but then it didn't work out. The 4th it does, and it's gonna be like February before we can play again, so we want to get some session in before people get really busy.
This video, I'm trying to think. I guess this video I'm dying. This video doesn't have any smooching scenes in it.
No.
Which is unfortunate. You sure you can't do any Project Horizons and get some smooching scenes between Twilight and Big Macintosh?
That wasn't in the memory orbs.
But it's referred to.
It can be referred to, but the whole
Technically, this part's not in the memory orbs; it's in the recordings.
yeah, well, it's a something that isn't just talked about; it is shown.
Yes.
So that's where I'm using it. There is. I thought there's one. Oh, there's one other scene I'm using that's not from the original Fallout book too. That's Pinky getting shot.
Yeah.
That because I really liked that as a
Well,
scene.
I mean, in the original, she would just be standing by her window with the bomb going off outside the window.
Yeah, but I'm already doing that for Rarity, so it would just be
You mean
boring.
Fluttershy?
No, Rarity's the one that dies at a window,
She dies at a window, yes.
watching a bomb go off.
Well, it's lie gas. That's CPN.
It was a bomb. It was a bomb. It
She
wasn't.
doesn't see the bomb go off.
Yes, but that was the result of the bomb, the explosion of a bomb.
Well, it was the result of a dragon eating the bomb, and then the bomb feeding off the dragon's energy to spread the lie gas,
Yeah, but it still was. She was dealing with a mega spell.
which was a horrible way to die.
Yeah, but she was there to see it still the whole time. So,
Rarity. She saw the. I don't know that anybody in Canterlot knew where the lie gas was coming from. Other than the dragon, it was violently killing from the inside out. It became an undead monster and was Spike's mom. Which they don't go into nearly enough, that Spike's mom in Fallout Equestria is living in Canterlot, and she guards the Canterlot treasury. It's just a little odd that they didn't let her raise Spike, but you know.
no, it's because an 8-year-old found him first.
Used him on a. That is weird that they gave that dragon egg to Twilight, a child of maybe 8 years old, to do experiments on.
Well, if they're gonna have her run a nation, you might want to have her like figure out parenthood.
It's the equivalent in this world to be like, 8-year-old child, you need a science experiment, right? We have this fetus lying around. Here, experiment on this.
I'm wondering if they actually intended it to hatch.
No, maybe not, but they still gave it to an 8-year-old.
If they didn't intend it to hatch, I don't know what they intended it to be.
An omelet.
It felt
I think.
It felt like
Celestia's breakfast.
I felt like they gave it to her, and it's like it is a normal part of your progress as a magic initiate to get a slave,
You know,
and you must hatch your slave.
I like the idea that the egg was completely unfertilized, and she still managed to like give life to it. So in a way, she is Spike's mom. Wouldn't that be interesting? Like, actually, that egg we gave you wasn't fertilized. Your magic fertilized the egg.
Well, it'd be
So you're
if
like,
she fertilized it
dad?
and also grew it that quick.
Yeah.
Mike, why'd you make it weird?
I'm not making it weird. I'm filling in the gaps. It makes sense. They wouldn't give a child a developing dragon egg, but they would give a child an inert egg, right? You wouldn't give a child an egg with a live chicken side.
I think they were just trying to find an excuse to give Twilight a baby dragon.
I think Twilight gave birth to Spike.
That would be a really weird episode of Maury.
You are the magical
Father?
horse mom, father.
She would be the father.
It might
The
be
mother
weird.
laid the egg.
It might be weird, but it makes more sense than anything else. Like I could see them giving a child just an unfertilized egg, because that wouldn't be nearly as irresponsible as giving them an unborn dragon child. And if that is the case, then she is like Spike's dad. I still love that meme where it just has like the two anime girls going, get pregnant. And then it just has like the 45-year-old businessman sitting in a bar, like taking a drink. He's like, and that's how I was born. That's just Spike. No, it makes a whole lot of sense, and I don't like that it makes a lot of sense. But it's also funny. Quick internet, spread my horse theory. I mean, he is purple. Just saying.
Wow.
Twilight's purple.
Where'd the green come from? Is that from the mother?
Yeah. So you're like, you missed my theory, Sunset, about how Twilight Sparkle's Spike's dad. It's a sound theory.
He also makes Michael's singing, but that one's probably for the better.
Yes. I think they both probably are. How is Sunset? How has your day been? I have a cough. I'm waiting to go away. I feel like I had a cough a while back too that will last for like 3 weeks after being sick. Now here I am again. Maybe it just comes with the winter months. Man, going to work hungover is just part of being alive. Let's see. Is Twilight Sparkle Spike's father? Go.
You asking AI?
Yes. Says no, Twilight Sparkle is not Spike's father, which is bull. The AI said she's his adoptive mother figure and older sister.
I like that you're like, what is the answer? It's not an answer I like. Bullshit. It's lying to me.
It's AI. Yeah, I don't know. He's always kind of passed off as like a younger brother, but they definitely did not give that child a fertilized egg. She
See, Michael, I don't like that you're just this train of thought. Let's move on to a different topic that's less cringy and weird.
Oh, that's not what I'm about. You're riding the winter flu wave? I feel like we've had one guy at work for like the last 2 days now being sick, and I was sick all of like last week, and I'm still got a cough. I'm done with it. All this illness. I hear measles.
I made sure at the con I was down in that emergency every day.
Yeah, you made the right choice.
Every con I've been at, I've never really been big on too much vitamin C, and I was like, you know what? I have a bunch of this stuff. I'm just gonna bring it. I put a little in my water bottle, or a packet in every morning, just in case. And I had a small scratch in my throat, like after drive home, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it probably helped, but again, it's correlation, not causation. It's two things happen, and whether or not they were actually related, I don't know. But it's better just to be safe.
And then Adam didn't get sick at all, as best I could tell. I was definitely like really starting to come down with it on the drive home. We're being safe, are we?
Is it safe?
I'm still waiting for like something happy to happen in this video. sneaks up on me. Something happy to happen in this video. Or Twilight's just like, she gets cake or something. Like it's just taking her to her surprise birthday party. Like, hey, Twilight. How old are they in this? They're like pushing in their late 30s, I think, in Fallout Equestria. They're not old.
In Fallout Equestria? I was assuming 50s.
No, I don't think they're that old. Because it's kind of implied that the starts of the war happen after the like halfway through season 2. And the war has been going on for a while, but I don't think it's been going on for...
Well, because if they're saying 30s, then that means in the show...
They're in their early 20s.
Early 20s. So you're saying that about 10 years from the show to ultimate destruction? They built up these enormous ministries, and the whole war had built up to a point, and then the war happened. It had to have been...
10-year-long war is a long war.
But also, there's probably many, many years of them doing friendship stuff before that all went to hell. Like, it's not like boom, it happened.
They started as ambassadors under Celestia, but after Luna took over, they...
Yeah, but I'm thinking they probably... I see it being... Like, somebody getting in charge of stuff like that at that age wouldn't make any sense. Having it where, like, they were up till 35 was when conflict started, and then maybe at, like, 40 they started the ministries, and then the war went for maybe 10 years. So I always assumed 50s.
I always assumed late 30s. Because for one, Applejack gets pregnant at the end. But she's not hit menopause.
How old does a horse have to be?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's relative to human years.
Don't put that in your Google history.
When does a horse hit menopause? No, like late 30s makes sense. Especially if Twilight and Applejack are still having babies. You have a theory about the Fallout universe?
I think everybody does.
Don't we all? They're fun. I think the thing about the ghouls being like what causes them to go insane has never been explicitly stated. It's just been heavily implied that it's as long as they have something to hold on to and they don't get super depressed, they'll maintain their sanity. Which is not many of them, mind you, compared to the number who do lose their sanity. But if you talk to any ghoul who kept their sanity, there's always something that keeps them going. But that's one of those theories that's kind of generally accepted, but never explicitly stated one way or the other. And the only time they ever really go into it at all is Fallout 3, where there's a ghoul trying to figure out what it is that keeps ghouls from going insane. And the funny thing is what he doesn't realize is his studying to figure out what it is that keeps ghouls sane is what is keeping him sane.
It's focus.
It's focus on something besides
a goal.
Yeah, it's having something that keeps you off the couch, the proverbial couch, from just being like sorry for yourself and falling into a depression.
Well, usually I can see many people having become a ghoul would be like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, getting very depressed about it very quickly,
Yeah.
and then you just immediately go.
Well, yeah, existential dread and all that.
Yes.
But revenge is a good one.
Yeah, there's been some ghouls who've been motivated by revenge, and it keeps them sane.
Yeah, that's the whole like. Well, I wouldn't say that's quite the one from the Fallout TV show, because that's at least implied that it's more of he's looking for his family, and you would think, why the hell is he looking for his family? But he also probably knows that they are within a vault,
yeah,
and therefore potentially under ice. So
yeah. He says he just has a feeling, and he knows some stuff that makes him believe it. As long as he believes it and he keeps looking, then he will be fine. And once he finds them, he probably wouldn't go insane then either, because his goal would simply shift to protecting them, taking care
kind
of
of,
them.
except for he's gonna find them, and there's gonna be some betrayal, and from probably his wife.
Probably, but even if he can get his daughter back, and then she just becomes his focus, and that's all he'll need. He just needs something to keep him going. It is kind of rough, though. Ghouls can never get depressed. They always have to be focused on something besides their state in the world.
Yeah, having that little bumping on the hooves is helpful.
Well, she's been in stasis this whole time. I think she would just be like, for her, no time has passed.
If there was, then that would be torture.
Yes. She's still the same little girl in that vault that he remembers. And he will find her. They had a similar story in Project Horizons where they had a character who was a ghoul. And what kept him going was that his wife and daughter were in stasis. And he was looking for a cure for them because they had taken heavy radiation damage or something and they were dying, but he put them in stasis to keep them alive and was looking for the means to help them. Basically, he was gonna replace their bodies with the plant or whatever to save them, but things happen, they died, and it did not take long after that point for him to lose himself. Because that's what kept him going, was the belief that he could save the two of them. I did like that scene though when they wake up and his wife's trying to protect their daughter from him, because all they see is a horrific zombie looking creature, and he tries to talk them down. Like, he's like, you can't be out here, you need to go back in the stasis, you're dying from radiation poisoning. But yeah, doesn't work out. He does a lot of horrible shit to try to save them too. But that's the kind of villain I like. That's very similar to Dr. Freeze. Did the same crap. He's trying to save his wife.
Freeze is only a good villain because of his amazing puns.
Is that right? All of his ice puns?
And his ice puns are amazing.
Yeah. Chill, Batman. Aha.
Well,
It's a very simple one.
no, you did it wrong.
You did it? Is it wrong?
Yeah. No, you have to do it the Arnold accent.
Ooh, chill, Batman. Like that? It's an Arnold accent.
What the fuck accent was that?
Scandinavian.
That was not Arnold.
Is this a chill? Like that.
Come on. I gotta do some things.
That movie was so good. 1997, jeez.
Ice to see you. Let's geek some ice. In this universe, there's only one absolute. Everything freezes.
Yes.
Freeze in hell, Batman. Ton of hell freezes over. If revenge is a dish best served cold, then put it on your Sunday finest. It's time to feast. What the fuck? Allow me to break the ice. My name is Freeze Leonard. Well, now it's the chilling sound of your doom.
I think that version of him completely left out his wife.
I mean, look
It's
at
supposed to be his entire story.
Look at that.
arc.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, that's a good shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Freeze was like, he was perfect for Mr. Freeze because it was just.
He can't.
It was Arnold being Arnold, and it was good. I miss the old Tim Burton ones.
That one wasn't Tim Burton.
I thought those were the Tim Burton ones.
No, that was the guy after Tim Burton, Joel Schumacher. Schumacher.
I thought the Batman and Robin series was with Penguin and stuff.
Only the first two were Penguin was Tim Burton.
Oh, but it was maintaining the same. I thought Mr. Freeze was one of the first one. Was it the third movie?
It was the third or fourth.
Because it was Batman and
the third one was Riddler and Two-Face. Fourth one was Dr. Freeze and Poison Ivy, and those were Joel Schumacher.
Okay, well, it went with the same aesthetic.
Yes, because Tim Burton basically just handed it off.
Yeah, he created the aesthetic.
But that's why we got nipples on the bat suits. It was Joel Schumacher. The iconic, like, body shots in the third movie, where it's just like, look how tightly it fits to the ass. My dad loved those two. He watched those two Batman.
They were
any of the others.
The
third and fourth one.
They felt like not trying to translate a comic to a movie, but trying to translate a movie to a comic. Like they felt comic feeling, and they were super campy. And I really liked how it just felt so weird in a good way.
I mean, yes, all except for the nipples and the bat suits.
No,
the nipples on the bat suit.
Sometimes you just need some suit nipples.
Matrix gear.
It's called a style.
Yes, it's called a gimp. He's already wearing leather from head to toe.
I probably should have.
He just put bat ears on a gimp suit and
this
started
leg
roaming the
drag
streets.
leg. I'm gonna say this is her leg that's being pulled.
Yeah, I liked Dr. Freeze as a character because his motivations seemed plausible. Like, yes, he was robbing banks and stealing and everything, but it was all to fund his research to try to save his wife. Because nobody else would fund it because they told him, like, this is a waste of time and money. She cannot be cured.
Also, why would anybody pay money to help you get something very specific to just you?
Yeah.
Like, if somebody's going to give you money, it's usually like, okay, what's the return on investment? Like, there's got to be something more to it.
Money does not cure rare diseases, which I think his wife had a very rare disease because there's no profit in it. So he took to stealing what he needed to conduct the research.
Actually, I
villain
now have
like
the
that
other leg.
is my favorite kind of villain, the one where you can go, yeah, I kind of get it. I think in the series, eventually, Wayne Enterprises does start funding his research. But, so crime does pay after all. But he has to do it from what is essentially a prison. At least that was in the animated series, which I think he's perfectly fine with. He's like, okay, keep me.
He got what he. That's all he wanted.
That's
so
all he wanted,
yeah, he got what he wanted. Then why would he say no?
Yeah. Like, if he hadn't terrorized Gotham, then it would have never happened. So, I mean, it kind of worked out that the crime was the correct decision. But
yeah, if you wanted an investor, just commit heinous crimes.
Yeah, eventually maybe one will adopt you.
Okay, so now I realize I have to use this leg as the drag point, because that's the one that gets dragged here. Mm-hmm. All right. I think I can. I'm pretty happy with how the whole thing looks now. Some of the stuff I could do, I guess I got to clean up the tail and stuff. But overall, I think I can at least start working on getting the other Hot Wheel to grab her.
Can you have it where it takes more than one pull to get her to let go of the catwalk?
I don't have time.
Okay.
This is the amount of time I have. That's it.
Okay.
So
it's very strict.
Yeah, that's why I am doing it, and I'm also trying to time it with the music at certain bits too.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Now we need another Hot Wheel. Let's grab these two.
Can't even imagine the level of desperation in that moment. And if in the story, she's like 3 days dehydrated too.
Actually, I'm going to use one of the bigger ones to do this because I don't need the other one. I don't have to actually show it like fully wrapped around the leg in any way. And even if I do, I could just use a smaller one wrapped around it a few times, attached to a larger one that's kind of just hidden by like some seam in the background. But I think I'm just going to use this one and make sure that this is attached to the right model. 9.5 it is. Okay. All right, this is probably a bit large, but it's also more visible this way.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to keep it that way. So I don't actually need to have it attached to the leg because it doesn't really matter. But I can already see that I'm going to have an issue with length.
They've never really gone into the state of China in the Fallout series, except for I think in 4 you do come across a submarine that was off the coast of the U.S. when the bombs fell from China, and you talk to him, and I think it's one of my favorite lines from the entire series. It's like, I'm going to return to China and help rebuild and help with the rebuilding effort. And if there's no one there rebuilding, I will start it. And he's basically like returning home without any clue what he's going back to. And I would love to figure out what he saw when he got there, but you never really find out. And that's the closest you ever get to anyone really talking to you from China. From the other side of the war. And he just doesn't even care anymore. But that's his thing. That's what keeps him going as a goal. Is like to return home. To get back to China and to help. I don't know. Fallout China would be interesting, but they would have to put a lot of thought into it.
It would be, I think there's more of an audience for it now because China is a pretty big gaming audience now. But I also feel like
China would have words about what content's in it.
To a degree, because you would have to play it off as being sympathetic to everybody anyway.
Yeah.
So, I think it'd be fine.
I think China, like, Fallout's pretty good about making people familiar with a lot of U.S. monuments and stuff, like, throughout the Fallout series. We could probably do something similar with China. Like, I'm not very familiar with Chinese monuments.
People like being able to look and see things that they are aware of, and being able to look and be like, that's my city, that's my blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. I don't think you'd get that in China.
You would in the Chinese market.
You would in the Chinese market, but that's a market a little bit different than here. It would be something I wouldn't see them dropping the kind of money needed to make a game in any way.
Maybe. I feel like that was more true 10 years ago, less so now. But I don't know. China has a pretty large middle class. It's just that you never know what's going to piss off the Chinese government as far as, like, I think you can get Fallout in China, but I don't know. Because I think the general narrative in Fallout is that who is wrong? The answer? Everyone.
That's war.
Yeah.
In war, there generally is no right or wrong when people are dying. You can claim you have the moral high ground, but in the end, people are dying. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Michael, yours?
It has a little seam there, but at least extends a little bit more. Well,
I'm looking at the changes, like in Japan, and this one actually makes sense. They changed the name of the Fat Man to the Nuka Launcher, and that makes sense because one of the 2 bombs dropped on Japan was named Fat Man. I'm pretty sure. So they kind of let's not make a reference to that.
There we go. I think 5 is okay to bend. I thought 5 was okay.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. The answer to whether or not Fallout is banned in China is complicated. Essentially, there are no servers for the game in China. If you want to download the game, you probably have to use a VPN to connect to Steam to download the game, to then have the game. And for the most part, the Chinese government doesn't care. Like, unless you're doing something super bad, they don't care. Like, you're not supposed to, but they're not going to enforce it. That sort of thing. So they don't censor it either, because you're not going to censor something that you really shouldn't have anyways. It's kind of like if everybody's doing marijuana, but it's not technically legal, but the government's not enforcing it, that marijuana is going to have stuff in it that it probably shouldn't have. But the government's not going to regulate it because you shouldn't have it in the first place. But at the same time, they're not enforcing it. So China would not appreciate the outright sale of the game in China. So they probably won't make it. Do people in China play it? Sure. If they have a VPN.
Say that about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually going to bend this a bit more. It's going to be a bit of a bitch to animate because I got it split between multiple bones. But whatever. I got to do what I got to do. All right, so this one could be moved. Not that aperture. It'd be this aperture. I wanted to put it a little bit forward. I don't mind if it's actually clipping a little bit through the
that whole social split thing is
it.
more of a myth that the US like kind of propagates than anything actually real. The closest they have is similar to what we have, which is a credit score.
Everything of theirs is tied into like one app and one everything, which does allow the ability to know things in an easier fashion, but our government wants to do the same. It's tried over the years But the other laws, other people tend to whistleblow or something.
I think there was like talk of doing something similar at one point, and the furthest they ever got is they had officials going around asking questions to people and taking notes. But it was at the end of the day, the project was canceled because it was considered impractical. And they just have something very similar to what we do, which is a credit score that keeps track of whether or not you're responsible. There has been a widespread misconception that China operates in nationwide social score credit based on individual behaviors, leading to the punishment if the score is too low. Media reports in the West have sometimes exaggerated or inaccurately described this concept. Reading forward.
As with most things, when you have two opposing ideals, like we have with the U.S. and China, the truth usually lands somewhere in the middle. A lie fully baked with lies doesn't usually work as well. If you lace a lie with a bit of truth, then it's a lot easier to work with, because then if somebody does figure it out. So there's probably some level of truth with it, but it's the same thing on our side. Like, we've got weird crap like that too.
Does say the origin of the concept can be traced back to the 1980s, when the Chinese government attempted to develop a personal banking and financial credit rating system, especially for rural individuals and small businesses that lack document recordings. The program first emerged in the 2000s, inspired by credit scoring systems in other countries. I think they doubled down on it because for the longest time, China didn't really have regulations on anything. They just kind of let things go as they would. And what happened is that more and more Chinese started consuming dairy products. And this is kind of when it blew up, when they started having something similar to what you're referring to. And there wasn't a whole lot of dairy farmers, but there was a mass demand for dairy, more so in China. So the dairy farmers started cutting the milk with protein substitutes to help bulk it up so they could water it down, and that it would still pass the checks. Eventually, what happened was that the government started checking the milk to check for this protein powder, and if they detected it, they would reject the milk supply. They'd be like, you can't use this, you've added crap to it, we're not going to use it. So instead, they started using basically a glue that did the exact same thing but was not detectable in the tests. This glue got a lot of babies really ill, killed babies. And
this is why we have like FDA and a lot of those bureaus.
But at the time, China really didn't have anything like that. So they started developing something along those lines. And that's where you kind of get the ratings on you as a person. Like, if you're somebody who sold this milk or made this milk, which is still actually a problem in China, they still don't have a reliable way of testing for it until children get sick. But the idea that the West is kind of propagated on the every individual citizen has this social rating that is constantly being monitored, that's more myth than fact. I will attest to some degree of human rights abuses in China, especially where the Uyghur community is involved.
They do have a long history of such, yes.
And their censorship laws can be a bit draconian at times.
Though I do very much enjoy how much China ignores our copyright, because with how strict and how horrible how some of the controls are here regarding copyright, and then China just doesn't give a shit. Nobody can do anything about it.
Yeah.
Is just, to me, ironically funny.
Well, it's the thing I was talking about with Fallout 4. They're not supposed to have the movies. So telling them they have to follow the copyrights is a little bit like saying, hey, you can't have that. But if you do have it, make sure you pay taxes. You can't break a law that your country can't enforce. Yeah.
And so copyright means nothing because there's no enforcement.
Well, they have no reason to enforce it if you're not supposed to have it in the first place. If you're not supposed to have that movie, then the copyright isn't the issue at that point. But they're not enforcing it, so yeah.
No, I'm talking about not just the sale and selling of distribution, but the reuse of certain characters and the selling of merchandise that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
And they just take the IP from.
All the pony merchandise over there, though, that's legit. Like that has Hasbro all over it.
I know, because instead of saying instead of fighting them, you join them.
Yeah.
It's like if we're gonna, we might as well start making stuff if they're just gonna go and take it anyway.
Yeah. And China's middle class is rapidly growing. It's just worth it to some degree to be making money over there as a company. China will surpass us as the world's strongest monetary power probably within the next 20 years, if not sooner. It will happen in our lifetimes. It's rapid.
We've heavily limited ourselves, and they have less care for certain niceties that we have not only taken for granted but require. We took advantage of very cheap labor in other countries, and those countries took advantage of such to use our money to build their economy to a point of having an accelerated path that we no longer have.
Well, when China makes billions of dollars, it goes into their rail system. When America makes billions of dollars, it goes into Elon Musk's personal projects.
Yeah. Now the demand for more money from individuals has definitely led to what will probably be our eventual downfall.
And then all the people with all the money will just move somewhere else that still has money.
Yeah, but then they'll not have as easy as a time because they don't. A lot of those countries already put rules in place to help lock down commerce and stuff, and not to provide as much.
To not have a portion of your population so you can get to Mars first. Yeah, we definitely took advantage of other countries to our own benefit for a long while, and now we're like, wait, we need to bring all that back. Well, not too late. It's already, things are moving too fast. Good luck. It helped that after the Second World War, we were the only developed nation not bombed into oblivion. So we had that going for us for a while. Not how we own.
I'm trying to shrink it down because I need it to be a bit smaller.
I don't know. I like to think they'll see a turning point in all this as well in the US within my lifetime. Like a point where people are just done with it and things change. It tends to happen from time to time in societies.
People want change, but the people in charge are the ones profiting the most, and they're not going to do anything about it. And then eventually
that's when they turn the cannons on the castle.
Eventually our debt's going to catch up with us, and we're going to just kind of be boned.
No, how will. Good Hot Wheel.
Good Hot Wheel?
Good Hot Wheel. Hot Wheel.
No, I'm trying to figure out, because I want to still have it where I want this to pull her in at some point, but I mean, I guess I can't see in the pot here, so I can have it kind of slide down there into a position and be fine. And I think that should be a lot easier from this position. I had an idea for some kind of emotion, but I'm just not going to happen. So I'm just going to do it this way. It's still too long. Well, I can actually bend this back further now. Yeah, I can better bend up to there because I want to have it where it can whip her down.
Navigation trades. Question is, where does the money go after the trade is completed? I think right now China just passed a $1 trillion surplus, and like they're the stuff going out of the country as opposed to what they're buying. We're worried about our debt. They have a $1 trillion surplus in their country.
Okay, this is where I'm going to start having some issues with the how things look, because right now I have it on her leg and that's close enough. After this I can start seeing the leg, so now I have to worry about this almost frame by frame. So I can do this in small groups, but I will have to kind of do this frame by frame. So we're gonna say this goes to here. Nope, that's moving too fast ahead, so we got to go to here. Okay, I actually need to go from here. I did that wrong. All right, so we're gonna go to probably like we can do 3 frames at a time and be fine. Yes, Michael, I know.
I didn't say nothing about the Hot Wheels and their position.
You can't see it,
but I can see it. We can all see it. But that's why we started calling it Hot Wheels, because we knew moments like this would happen, and you would make so much money when it did. There's so many Hot Wheels.
Because it doesn't have to look like perfect. So you're going to have motion blur and stuff on there. So it's going to hide a lot of crap. Okay. I'm going to have to start involving a bit more of these, just because if I just move the back ones all the time, it's not going to look right. Or just the top ones. I actually should probably bend this back a little bit. And then... not number 2. We'll just go number here. Well, let's go with these ones. Just to bend it down a little bit more. So now I have, well, probably moved it back a bit more. I need to have it be further away because that'll shorten it technically. It's just that some of that like multiple added motion stuff will make it more difficult. Okay, so now I did move it a bit too far, so we'll just have this one go down a little bit more, and then this and this go up a bit more. Almost, this is like Michelangelo's David, isn't it? Not David, the one, like the
in the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I'm doing local rotation, it's all additive. So like a tiny little motion here makes a big change at the end. That's why I'm trying. If I drag myself out of here, I'm increasing the range of my motion, and I can kind of get more.
I like the idea
stuff.
of Adam's finger touching the tip of a Hot Wheel. And he's just got a big smile on his face. Ear to ear.
Little known fact that he really liked Hot Wheels.
Yes. Which is why we're all tentacle monsters now. I mean, Hot Wheel monsters. Trying.
Okay, see, some of these I'm gonna have to almost do by frame because I can see need to. It's just the problem with doing it by frame is that it can kind of look wobbly. Then I like trying to make it a little smoother. But I do want it to be taut, so I think what I might actually do here is it's supposed to be taut here, so I'm going to move the whole thing. Well, yeah, we're gonna move the whole thing into a slightly different position here. So we're going to grab, I think I'm at bone 1. Yeah, we're gonna take this and we're going to bend it down like this. And then we're going to bend these up because I need to have that angle so that it's actually pulling downwards. That was my kind of concern here, like at the angle that her leg is.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy that her shoes stay on the whole time.
Well, you made those shoes. They're good quality shoes, Michael.
I didn't make them. I think I made them to be individually moved. But I can't remember.
But if it pulled the shoe off, it would kind of ruin the whole book.
It would ruin the book?
Yeah, because then she wouldn't be pulled in. It would just become Twilight, the sister, or the Green Sisters, and a shoe.
Just the Twilight jewel. Absorb powers.
Okay. All right, now I'm going to get rid of some of these bookmarks. Now this is where I'm going to go frame by frame and fill each of those so that each movement gets me or maintains it. So this one is on the foot. This one is not. But all I have to do is just do minor movements because the whole body is already doing a motion. All I care about is just making sure that the end is on it. So we'll do there. That'll work. Boom. Now this one is not. That one, though, can probably just be the end.
I'll get another drink. You want something to drink? Sure. Just if there's a truly in there, just have that for me. I want something minor. There's mead.
No, I think you had plenty of mead, Michael.
Don't even know what it tastes like.
You had plenty, and I don't want to make you want more mead. Okay, and then there. There. And then technically to here then we'll do well, thank you for the resub, Foundry. Thank you very much. Okay, I wasn't even reading chat. I was too busy. I was kind of caught up. Oh, there were the gift subs.
These normal Apple limited.
Yeah, they're in a box or something.
Yeah, I found one.
Oh, I didn't.
This or you want one of those?
No, I'm on these.
Just look at
Thank you very much, Foundry.
Yes.
so that's what I would need to do. Okay, just fix this last little bit.
Kind of give it tickles.
Okay, when you word it like that,
Let's try and tickle her foot.
I'm turning on.
Let's see what's
Yeah, this was a citrusy one. It's kind of, it's a grapefruit, but it's like grapefruit mixed with stuff, so it's not as bad.
I wouldn't grab that one if I knew it was grapefruit.
No, it's grapefruit is part of it. So it's got a grapefruit back end. I don't like pure grapefruit, but it's got like lime and other stuff in there too.
Grapefruit is the worst of fruit.
Okay, so now when this goes through, it does this. So now it's adjusting and still staying locked on her foot.
There are those like sumo fruits that are a cross between grapefruit and orange. Those are amazing.
But when it gets to this position, I do want to have it between here and whatever, kind of reacting like I kind of want to have like an early cut. Go to here. Where's my water? There it is. My way back there. More peanut butter cake.
Oh, sucks.
True shower.
Doesn't look like it sucks.
You can't even see her leg back there, so that's kind of fine. You can't really see the one that's holding her either, but that's fine. I was hoping to get it so you could kind of see it, but whatever. I think
Hey, Spike Shoe. Has been a bit.
oh yeah, I play Spike Shoes.
He's doing Hot Wheel videos with Twilight. See,
Yeah, we're doing
I'm trying to
Hot Wheel time.
The booze isn't working. I'll have to drink more. This is okay. Who makes this down east? I don't know what I was expecting from it, but I give it a B minus. Still a B. It's like sweet, but it's almost that, I don't know, metallic-y sweet.
Yeah, I don't like metallic sweet. That's like when the Honey's Honey is sometimes has that like kind of metallic taste to it, and I'm like not a fan of that. Okay. So when this actually does pull her here, I need to have this kind of follow, but I don't need to have it follow like correctly. I just need to have it follow kind of. Like trying to get it to follow her leg purely would be a beach.
Here comes the choo-choo train.
Why is that always so delayed?
Why is it activated?
Well, there was some gifts on this
I
upgrade.
guess there was.
Yeah, so working on the FOE stuff.
He's back.
We've been working on this one.
I think, did you see the anthology stuff he made? I can't remember who was here for that.
So we've been working on this for a couple weeks here. And it's turned out pretty good. I would show you the music with it, but you'll hear it anyway.
Not over the choo-choo train.
No, not over the choo-choo train.
Choo-choo.
But yeah, we've been trying to do some of these like Hot Wheels thing. We're calling them Hot Wheels because then it's less weird. I
feel like
it kind of makes it more weird too, but
Yes.
at the same time, you just deal with it.
we're back to saying
No.
okay. Maybe
we're
we
good.
can change the name again and it won't be as weird.
No, we're good with Hot Wheels.
Just saying, we could throw some names out there, get some ideas going.
No, I don't think this. We don't need a workshop. We're good.
Just tassels, use are better.
Anyway, you got Choo Choo. She's Choo Choo training.
We'll call them Freds.
No, I already have a name for them. Why do we need another name?
That's right. When Choo Choo happens when enough people are like subbed. It's the hype train.
When you get the Choo Choo, yeah, it's a sub thing. So, or not sub. It's a any donation of any way. So subs or bits or anything. A certain number of different triggers from different people. You can't just have one person doing all of it. Within a certain period of time will trigger a hype train, and it tries to just keep that hype going. But yeah, we got the Choo Train. Oh, that's been there. We did it like 2 years ago. Took a lot of time to it. Actually, I learned a lot of stuff because like the clouds are 3D models that we figured out how to we figured out some different ways to squash and smush, like thank you very much for the bits, Nolan. Like the little like smokestack, getting it to actually bounce like that. We experimented with some stuff and found a way to actually do that per piece of a model instead of the model itself. And it's the same thing with the little like train cars in the background. They're doing bouncing too. It's kind of a game changer for being able to animate certain models. It's a little finicky. Like you can do it, but the model, if you're going to do a part of a model, a bone of a model instead of the whole model for the squash and stretch, which is one for that, it has to be something that separates, and that thankfully doesn't have any bones connected to it. So I was able to, because you basically have to load in like another model with that part of it. But well, wait, with that one it was fine. It's if you want to have multiple pieces of it squash and stretch, you have to definitely have it all be separated.
I still love with the train that when execs wanted a train in the show so they could sell it as a toy, but Lauren Faust didn't want the train because she did not like the idea of a steam engine in the My Little Pony universe. The compromise was to have horses pull the entire train. But then that became the premise for Fallout Equestria, because the train didn't have coal to run, and because it was the start of the coal shortage, which is what started the war between Equestria and the Zebras. So that little like spat between Lauren Faust and the executives over the train is what created the premise for the whole big series.
She had a lot of spouts with them.
She did. They wanted to make toys and she wanted to build a world. She was okay with the vehicle the Flim and Flam used, but it was like running off arcane energy. It was powered by the brothers' magic, as opposed to any kind of engine. I'm really fighting that cough.
Here comes the choo-choo train.
Oh no, she come with the choo-choo train again.
No.
She just keeps coming. Well, thank you not very much for the second gift sub to Stormy C. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So I felt that good. I'm gonna go forward here. I don't want to spend too much time with this, though this one doesn't look right like that. So let's bend that back again.
Hey, Godzilla Man.
Yeah, hello, Godzilla Man. Yo!
Are you or in the middle of being assaulted by a Fluttershy in a train?
Fluttershy wants Hot Wheels too.
Oh no. All the ponies set the Twilight Hot Wheels on. Like, oh, some really nice Hot Wheels. She's clearly keeping them all for herself.
Okay, this one actually mid-frame doesn't work.
So what's that with the Hot Wheels? Spike Shoe. You see those balloon things, the long things that are wrapping themselves around Twilight? Well, we're calling them Hot Wheels. Because if we say the T word, it makes it weirder somehow.
Yeah.
I think.
I wanted a code word for the Hot Wheels. And so we they're calling them Hot Wheels.
Yeah. Because they're Hot Wheels. I really like calling them Hot Wheels. It's pretty exciting.
So yeah, it's nothing. No inside joke or anything. It's just
It kind of is.
kinda, I guess.
It does make you ask what you're talking about. We have to talk about the Hot Wheels.
No, that's not how you want to land Twilight.
It's not. It's gonna end and cause some injuries.
I think after that, yeah, it basically hits water. So at that point, I could have this just. Oh, actually, you can't even see your head anyway. I'm just gonna have this go under anyway. Okay, let's see how that looks frame by frame. Okay, at least does show. Oh, yeah, I want to like scrub, but I shouldn't. Scrub. Okay, I don't like that here. Yeah, that here it starts clipping and then disappears into liquid, but it will be super blurred. Yeah, because it's moving with her. Okay, it's probably actually be fine. It'll disappear, but it's expected to disappear, so, okay. Let's see how that whole thing looks. So I do like now you actually see something doing something. Oh, the particle is broken for it. Oh, it's
red ball of blue.
ooh.
Why is there a red ball of blue?
Because you can't attach particles to locked models, but this is kind of reliant on being locked now. Because if I unlock this,
Yeah.
this one, yeah, you get that. But I can now, if I consider it done.
How about you?
I like how aggressive it is. She just leaves.
You got a hype chest. You didn't have to open it.
I don't know why it gives me one.
You're running out of time.
It's just piling in food. Okay, mega consume.
Choo-choo.
Okay, before I do this, I need to figure out what scale level this one is providing. So it is a 0.246341. Let's see if that's all I need to do for this one. So let's go to this. Go to this scale, which was already that. Oh, damn it. Oh, actually, that looks correct. I'm actually surprised. Oh, because it overrides the value. That's why.
You know what beer? You know what beer I need to find more of is that one I really liked. That Dead Irish Poet beer. I hope it wasn't like a limited time thing.
Okay. It looks fine if I double check the frames at the end.
I don't need the Dead Irish Poet
Same.
beer becoming my
Just about the same.
nut.
So, okay. There was one bit here that was a problem. Right here. So we're gonna say from
What
here
he was doing.
to here. We just have to bend these down. Not matter too much, but whatever. Okay. Now everything's unlocked. So now the sparkles should
Oh no,
fly.
what is that?
Huh?
No, and I don't like that. No. What is coming out
Consume.
of Derpy's butt that person is consuming?
I got the like whatever channel overview thing for the year recently, and the
What is
the most used emote by far was the derpy butt spinning.
It's a good one. I feel like it's like Kirby trying to consume Derpy.
Okay. Okay, now this one is showing off at the beginning. Oh, the whole way about the same until it eventually goes right. So it's just scaling. When the scale was changed,
See, that one's more appropriate.
it just caused some problems. So we just have to go and bend this like this.
I would be very happy because there'd be a Derpy. She's like, no, I wanted to go in the green one. The green one. No. She wanted to pick. I feel like this is all the different color. This is like the Easter egg factory. This is all the different colored vats for dipping your Easter eggs in. It's like, I know I don't want to be blue. I want to be green.
Okay. With that, I probably should get her tail figured out. For the most part, her tail up until I think it's let me find the tail because then I can see the actual bones for it.
Yeah, I think that was like the thing in Project Horizons 2 for her disguise. It wasn't so much a magical disguise. She just would dye her fur. How much work did it take to dye all of your body? Just to have to do like a bath in it. I guess if you could scrub a dub everything.
There we go.
Yeah, I've dyed my hair a few times, but that's just my head.
Okay. I actually have to bake her bones to get access to the other things here. So we're going to say go back to the tail base from here back.
You had him in the other room, like getting exhausted. I'm like, you've been on that thing for 3 minutes.
He's on there a lot.
Yeah.
He's just sighing. There we go. Most of the hair in all of this is probably going to be custom done because it just doesn't matter. It's just going to be much easier to do it myself. I can just add some, like, where did that come from? Oh, these got some automation on it too. Playhead. All right. This does seem a little bit out from her. We're gonna adjust That. We're going to move the tail base in more. And then try to bring this in a little tighter. Because I feel like it wouldn't be just hanging out that far away. There. We're also going to, I think most of this is pretty level. So I'm going to lock tail 3 to the surface and the go to the Z value here up until this point. I'm going to go out. No, not out. We're just going to pick a point. Let's just pick here.
Saw the green horse standing on the catwalk for like a second.
So now that should keep it from bouncing too much. Let's go and do, or let's get the main ones done here. So when she drops here, it's kind of not in the correct place again. I only care about when she lands. Because and the in-betweens I want to do myself. Okay. So this isn't quite in the right position either. Let's grab the tail 3 again. We're just going to drop it down to be a lower position. It's easier to just move that one. And then we're going to do some custom stuff throughout here. I'm going to do rid of that. So it's, yeah, this is running better now. Because when she gets kind of at this angle, like here,
I'd go upstairs and just like splooge.
go upstairs and what?
I was gonna say splooge all the stuff out of my lungs.
Yeah,
That sounded wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You were.
I'm gonna like cough all the crap out.
You're giving me crap for Hot Wheels, and you are there
I know.
lunge splooging.
I had to find a better way of to describe my trying to like cough stuff up. It looked cold in the dark of December, right? How about we fix that with some good socks?
Boy,
Yes,
smooching
and some
time.
smooches. Socks and smooches. You need good socks because my socks have holes in them.
But you don't care.
I don't, kind of. I prefer not having holes.
Then get new socks. They're not that expensive.
It's not about expense. It's about remembering to get
I just
them.
bought like a 6-pack of white shirts for $15.
Yeah.
Socks aren't that bad. They're a couple dollars a pair.
Yeah. I just go through them really fast.
Maybe because you keep picking at them.
No, because I actually work on my feet. I do.
I don't go through them very fast, but it's because I have a fuckload of them. I have an entire dresser drawer, double wide, dedicated to socks.
A new pair of socks probably 3 times, or a new pack of socks 3 times a year.
A whole 6 socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe you, because your socks are really worn.
No, this sock is probably not more than a year old.
Buy better socks.
They're Hanes.
Hanes is the cheap brand.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I've got gold toe, and I've never had a problem with them. Yeah, they get holes in them over time, but also, again, I have so many socks.
I think I have one of your socks.
Related to Minty. No, it's more of I do my whites and my non-whites in separate loads, and so if I just have a white load with like 3 pairs of socks in it, that's not really a worthwhile run of laundry. So I just buy a lot of socks, and then I have like that'd be like probably 14 or 15 white shirts, and that'll last me like a month. And so I do my whites once a month, and that's a full load of whites then, and or more, or so. And then I'll grab some other like dish towels that are white too and throw in there just to get a full load of whites, because then I can put bleach in and just make sure that they're all looking good.
That's madness. Just mix your whites with your colors, and then you end up with gray socks, which is fine. And then you have a cough. And it's really annoying for everyone.
No smooching.
No. See, now you have to counter that by posting smooching.
You do?
Yeah.
But
Counters out the no
for what
smooching.
rule?
The Michael rule. Where he wants
The Michael rule.
He wants to smooch.
boy,
There we go.
smooching
Yeah,
time.
he's smooching. Look at that horse.
Okay, that actually doesn't work. I need to do 3 stretched down.
Didn't you have a lot of horse smooches? Still just the one horse smooch. And weren't you going to extend it so that we could watch the horse smooch?
Okay, part of that was maybe right.
Was the second part?
There was going to be other ones. I just didn't get around to it, and I just haven't bothered.
Yeah. You cannot stop the gay horses. Cannot.
See, like, this is one of the reasons that like animating humans is a little easier.
But no
Like
hands.
having to do like tails.
Well, that's more difficult than doing fingers.
Okay, yeah, but I just, when you're doing fingers, it's in the middle of the main animation. Tail and all the supplemental animation stuff when you already feel like you're done is really annoying.
Okay, curl tail. Too much gay horses. No such thing. I did like the idea of an animation where Celestia is getting like the population decline. Equestria is just rapid, and she's getting concerned because all the horses be gay. I did have an idea where she locks up a bunch of ponies in a bunch of mares in prison because she made being gay illegal, but she all puts them all in the same cell together. So you have like one cell that's overcrowded, filled with gay ponies.
Why is this the weird shit that you dream of?
And she's just like, "Hey, cut it out in there! Don't make me come in there." And then,
And then they're like, "Yes, please come in."
and you just then she goes in there. It's like, "That's it, I'm coming in." And suddenly you hear the song from your one video where she's like shaking her hoof.
I was thinking that the screen would go black for a little while, and then you have the scene like from Blazing Saddles where she suddenly starts singing opera music.
I was just imagining a reporter who was reporting on the events, just looking over a stallion, like, "Oh my." It's like that looks like a lot of fun.
Mommy, do they really like each other?
"Hey, you cut it out in there. That's illegal. Don't make me come in there." "Okay, here I come." And then,
Don't make me come in there. And they're like, "Please, please."
yes, and then she does, and then songs. You hear songs. You're gonna make this animation, right?
No.
It's unfortunate.
Actually, I don't know if it'll let me do this, but can I?
Horses, correct.
I can deselect Z, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna matter. Yeah, the Z is not exactly the Z on a lot of these.
It's like we only ever had the one cell, so we're making do. And also, I thought it'd be cute if it was so packed with mares, they were just like really crammed in there. You see the hooves sticking out of the bars.
Okay, it looked like the best at doing just the rotation, a decent amount of jitter, smoothed, and then a little bit more jitter with a little bit of smooth. A little bit more smooth on that one. So then it gets a bunch of big motion that's more smoothed out, and then a little bit more jittery, but on a smaller scale.
I think a lot of his scenes look cool once they're about done.
Yeah, it's usually just getting there.
Yeah.
I got like actually being pulled there too.
But then after he's finished with this scene, what is he going to do next? It won't have any Hot Wheels in it.
You can always add Hot Wheels.
Yay! I'm just imagining Applejack closing the vault, and you see the Hot Wheels inside the vault, and you see a big grin on her face, like, heck yeah.
So like, doing that scene would be actually a really quick and easy one because it's already mostly done.
Yeah. Are you disappointed, Woofy Paper? Or is this exactly what you were hoping to find?
I think actually those are fine. Just what is this? That's the tail 3. That's the ones I want to have bent. But I feel like I need to do more of it than those ones than this one. Okay. There. Now that should be just watching these streams. I haven't left. This one I said last one didn't. Yeah, I know it's I get really into watching some shows sometimes, and then like I'll just kind of stop watching for a while because something will kind of get in the way, and you have other life to deal with.
Like me in Final Fantasy Tactics. Stupid chocobos.
Yeah, someday you'll decide to actually man up and finish it.
Wow. Oh, questioning my manhood.
Yeah, you're just scared of freaking birds.
But I'm the manliest of men. Everyone knows this. Those are some jerk birds. Big, stupid, ugly chocobos. Nobody likes them. Some chocobos. Gross. But they got poop on their feathers.
Probably.
My new job hours allow me to watch you guys stream. Well, that's great.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're going to be changing our hours to exactly when it doesn't work out for you from now on, though. It always seems how it works out. No, nothing's changing.
Nothing's changed in many a year.
I think we have one stream that we're moving from a Sunday to a Saturday. Towards like in the very beginning of January,
because we didn't have enough stuff to do. So now
yeah, this week I thought was going to be after Friendsgiving, nice and easy, and then because we decided to do the D&D, I've just been like bull rushing to get stuff done because I'm like, oh, I'll have 2 to 3 weeks, and then I have like less than 1, and I'm like, oh god damn it.
I feel like a year from now there's going to be something else you also want to add to the schedule. And you're just gonna be like, hey, Mike, we're going to do this thing. And I'll agree, yes. But there'll just be a husk of what used to be a man in the corner answering you.
What I'm failed to see is the difference from now.
Yes, it's true. There's not much left as is. No, not the blue stuff.
Okay, their tail does kind of get in the way a little bit.
Of Listerine.
I can back that off.
She gonna be so clean. I'll have pearly white teeth. Not that she doesn't already. I don't know, horses keep such nice teeth when they eat nothing but sugar. You must all have really good dental.
Okay, that looks pretty decent for a tail. How's her hair on top of her head? Not great, but
Looks
for
fine to me.
there's a lot of issues with it, but for everything going on, it's doing the detail for it's probably not going to matter. It's good enough. Actually, if anything, I can just you grab the hair because you can see a lot of these like sharp edges. You just smooth. That'll make it, because the hair will sometimes do it where it'll delay the physics and then suddenly it like quickly jerk into position, and that's what it was doing. By smoothing it, it doesn't really solve it, but it does make it mostly better.
I do like Twilight's haircut. It definitely screams a haircut she gives herself. Like, she just takes a pair of scissors and keeps it at a certain length, and that's just where it's at.
Okay. The other big thing I have to do here, focal. I have to ensure that the camera stays in focus on her the whole time. So like right here, it's already off. Make that bigger. It needs to be on her eye. The recommendation is always put the focus on the eye. So when she goes to here, it's might seem like nitpicky to like, well, you were on the eye, or it's only just behind the eye. I still recommend adjusting it. If you actually watch like movies and stuff, they are constantly adjusting the focus in probably more ways than I'm doing mine. So
Well, they have a cameraman whose entire job is just to maintain focus.
yeah,
Like
there, I think it was James Cameron for Avatar or something, has a bit where he goes and gets an award for something, and he credits the focus puller as being the hero behind making the movie.
There's the guy who points the camera, and then there's the guy who keeps the focus.
Yeah.
It's two different people.
They'll have a device hooked up to the camera, and usually a guy that's sitting behind the camera with a little like round dial, and he'll have a separate screen that will show the focus, and anything that's going on, he's staring at that screen, and he's constantly adjusting the dial where you can see distance numbers and everything, and he's adjusting the focus in minuscule amounts to maintain it, because sometimes when you're playing with really high depth of like bokeh effects, so you get the blurred in the background, any minor little bit off is wrong. And so and if it's off too much, you have to redo the shot, and that's not fun. So
Used to be expensive too.
yeah, so it's a very important job that kind of gets snuck out of a lot of stuff, and requires a lot of training and time and to understand how to do correctly.
I feel like blooper reels are actually more common these days than they were back in the day, because bloopers were expensive back when they were filmed before digital. Because you can't re-record over top of
Most
film.
blooper. Well, yeah, and that's why we don't have much Doctor Who.
Yeah, because they were saving money by well, they were recording to like those early Doctor Who's, they were recording to like a VHS.
Yeah, but they
weren't
were
even using film.
But they were reusing just because it was cheaper.
Yeah, which is crazy to think that they were basically just using like, what major movie studios were using film? Freaking the BBC was like, hop in that Betamax and we'll reuse it later.
Well, when it came to television, almost everybody used tape.
Yeah,
Movies used film. Nobody saw any need to use anything but tape for television, because you didn't have a big screen or anything. But movies that were recorded on film had the big benefit of having very very super easy HD remasters, because film can hold, I think, up like to 8 or 10K in quality, which is kind of crazy. It's just they didn't have a medium to show it to you in that way. So you can go back and watch like the remasters of Star Trek. Is it Star Trek: The Next Generation was all shot on film, so you can get the remasters that look spectacular, like full HD 4K looks great. But then anything with the ships was recorded on tape. So like when those pop in, it's like, and they had to, I think, redo some of those because they had no way to get it back. But I find stuff like that fascinating.
I do find it interesting, some of the movies I see on the HD remasters where the film looks good, but then they get to like the janky models or some sort of like green screening they did, and it just looks janky as heck on the remaster because that part of the film was not done to the same quality.
Corridor Digital just put out a video today or something, or maybe in the last couple of days, that was them recreating the forced perspective from the Lord of the Rings, where they were using to try to show the difference between like Gandalf and the hobbits in size. They had shots where they had like, we're in the same room with the same tables, and how they were using split tables of different size with different size objects, and then they had like Gandalf actually moving on a moving thing to try to move with the camera to offset the motion of the camera, and they recreated that and actually did a pretty good job. They got the original guy that did the effect in Lord of the Rings to watch their video and was like, yeah guys actually did really good, because they learned the same lessons that they learned while doing it. It's actually very fascinating, the whole process for doing stuff like that and how forced perspective works, and which means they're trying to show two objects as being very different in size without using special effects, by using by tricking your brain into seeing things of someone's size when it wasn't. Like they even had one bit where Gandalf goes to take the top off a pot, and if you actually watch in the movie, the top of the pot is actually on a stick. About the same position of the teapot, and when he goes to put it up, he goes to very carefully place it back down because he's putting it on a stick, and you can see the stick. He's putting it on a stick, not the teapot, but they use sound effects to make it sound like it, and you don't really look at it. And it's kind of neat.
Seems like there was using little person actors would have been a lot easier.
They tried, and there is scenes where they do. Like there's one where Frodo jumps at Gandalf for a hug. There they used a little person, and then they have other ones where it's the other way around, that they have like an 8-foot person that comes in just to play that part for a little bit. But overall, it didn't really work. But they only had to worry about it at the beginning of the movie, because after that, it's mainly hobbits and people, like they don't have as much of like standing next to each other.
I can understand that there's not as large of a pool of actors, if that's the way you're going. Like, I can only think of like 2 off the top of my head who are like big names, and that's Warwick Davis, and then the guy who was in Game of Thrones, the Lancaster dude, whose name I can't even remember now. Lancaster? Yeah, that one. I never watched Game
I never did either, but there's a few.
Yeah,
but they're
it's like a handful though.
But it always ends up being that most of them just get the parts. The parts they get are because of their stature, but that's where I feel like it just kind of bugs me. I can't remember his name, but yeah, the guy from Game of Thrones, he's just been doing normal acting parts, which is good to see. Because I don't like when somebody has something about them that forces them to be stuck in that role forever, even though they would like to do normal roles. So
I think that was always his big thing. Is like, yes, but we can do other roles too. It was kind of like why he did a few roles. But yeah, it does seem like they went the complicated route. I get it.
They went that route because visual effects at the time didn't work for doing. They tried doing 3D and it didn't work, so they did a test shot to show the effect. Built kind of a mock-up, then sent it to the director, and the director's like, "Yes, that'll work great. Let's do it. But it was at that weird time where 3D visuals were growing fast, but weren't there yet. But we were also at the end of practical effects where they were amazing.
And it was still Windows XP, so
yeah,
it was new Windows XP.
It was where practical effects were not only king, but they were good. So they did it kind of a mix. They had some visual effects, and then they had some of the others. And it probably was cheaper, but it was just, I love people coming up with really creative solutions to stuff like that.
Yeah, no, the practical effects are always great compared to computer effects. It's always preferable. And unfortunately, it's becoming more rare.
I prefer practical, but at the same time, there's some things that just don't work on practical. My favorite part about practical isn't how they look. It's figuring out how they did it. Because it's just the working around limitations and figuring out how to work around them. Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids had, they had the big baby.
Yeah.
That was all practical effects. It was forced perspective. The giant baby was all where they would take they would be in the background, and then they would create a recreation of the ground that's on the ground they're running on, but much closer to the camera. And then they would just use a very low depth of field, so the baby would run forward, but it looked like the ground was there with even lighting, but he wasn't.
That was Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, right?
Yeah, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, I think. But that one was them using forced perspective, but they didn't use visual effects. It was all practical, and it's actually fascinating, and it looks so good.
This year I'm looking forward to seeing Rick Moranis again. They said they finished filming. So we don't
Spaceballs?
Yeah, Spaceballs 2, they finished all filming. They're done filming, which I'm happy about because that means nobody's going to die before they're done.
You say that.
Well, they're done.
Yeah, I know, but then they got to do a reshoot.
Yes.
Spaceballs, the reshoot.
Stay alive, cast. What's left of the cast? I think they even got Michael Winslow to come back. He hasn't had a job in a while.
This is a complicated shot, so I'm just kind of doing this frame by frame. I'm pretty sure I can drop this to even like 200 because I don't really...
It's okay. They can use their stunt doubles. Yes. You idiots. That's not them. That's their stunt doubles.
I miss that kind of comedy.
I'm one more time.
Well, I'm glad that like Naked Gun had that type of comedy, and I'm glad that the new one of it, even if it was by the same director and that director hates it, I still find that it was pretty well done for a remake of that type of movie.
I mean, it was Seth MacFarlane, and I have a love-hate relationship with that man.
Oh yes, I do.
I hate Family Guy.
Yeah, agreed.
But I love the Orville.
The Orville is excellent.
Yes. So, he makes some trash, but he also makes some treasures.
I really want more Orville.
Yeah, I wrote it too.
You can't have it where season 1 is okay, season 2 is good, and season 3 is fantastic, and then just end it.
Fantastic, yeah.
It was some of the best sci-fi I've ever seen. I loved it.
But all of it built up to that season, which made it great.
Well, it was when they finally stopped trying too hard to be funny and instead just tried to make a good sci-fi with comedy in it.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of always the Orville, though, is that they were trying to be funny, but it was always to the backdrop of something serious.
Early on, they tried too hard to be funny. It was focused on comedy in the first season, and so that's why the first season was okay. But then they really get into it, and it's really good.
Yeah,
and they use a lot of really good effects on there too. A lot of practical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely some visual.
They take a lot of notes from Next Gen, as far as the visuals are concerned. But if you ever watch Next Gen, first scene in that show is awful. They're all the entirety of the first couple seasons of Star Trek Next Generation, which is my favorite Star Trek, is them just be like, ooh, computer and alien chicks. Hot.
That is kind of what Star Trek was at the beginning, though.
Yeah.
Like, look at my fan dance.
Yes. Like, I think the creepiest episode in Star Trek was season 1, Next Gen, where they go into the holodeck for the first time and they get really, really randy for the computer woman. Like, to the point where I think Riker wants to marry one of them.
They cover that. That's actually one of my kind of favorite episodes, was with the navigator on Orville, having recreating a woman from the 2000s or whatever, using information from her phone, and then kind of falling in love with her, and then people trying to say whether something's real or not, and it was actually kind of
started going into depth of what it is and isn't real.
Yeah, it was a very well written episode that has real things that, I mean, they're questions that with AI and stuff come up today.
I mean, at a certain point, AI will reach a point, I truly do believe it, that it will think and act, and it won't just be simulating. It will have a personality of sorts that it has developed. It might not seem quite human because it'll essentially be a person who always has access to all information all the time and is linked to it as part of their own memories. And that's going to create a very interesting kind of person, but the future is going to be scary and exciting. And AI is going to probably accelerate things pretty rapidly once it really gets going. When you can simulate the entirety of all elements in the universe down to an atom, and then just have a computer program run simulations on everything simultaneously.
You can't have a computer simulate every atom in the universe.
Eventually.
No, it'd be impossible.
Well, every type of atom.
Maybe, okay, every type. If they're trying to have it calculate every atom, that would require every atom in the universe.
Yeah.
You can't calculate more numbers than exist.
Every type of atom.
Okay, then sure, then that maybe.
It'll be able to take every compound that can possibly exist, create it within a simulation, and then tap it together to see what happens. And then formulate in what ways it could be practically used, or how it could improve things, or better batteries, or better computers.
Well, they already have, they've ran simulations to find what possible matter should exist beyond our current periodic table. Based on certain algorithms, they can determine that there's certain islands of stability out there. It's just that we have no ability to create them. So we've already done stuff like that.
Yeah.
We already know just about every type of matter that should exist. We don't know their properties or anything, and especially since once you start getting into those super ultra heavy atoms, it doesn't matter. They're you can't really do anything with them. They just kind of dissolve right away.
Right, not stable.
But you could find one that's ultra stable, and then being as stupid heavy as it is.
One thing I hope AI does do is figure out how to create a superconductor that's stable at room temperature.
Yeah, room temperature superconductor is kind of a end game for superconductors.
Yeah, that would change so much so fast.
Okay, so now that is kind of staying on our eyes. It's not quite perfect, but for what it's going on, it's pretty good. And when I'm hitting play, it doesn't quite match up exactly. It's when you get the pause is what I want it to matter, because that's what's going to be actually rendered. So there we got the focus pulling done. So now this last shot should look a little better because it's actually in focus. Yeah, her eyes are in focus. And some of this, this, I think it's in the camera, right?
Need to find more atoms.
Yeah, so this is I can probably drop the motion blur a little bit too. So now we go to 104. It'll make it feel a little more choppy because the motion blur has a purpose. It tends to blend the frames together. So now it will be less motion blur, but it will have a little bit of more choppiness to it. All right. Well, we got most of the animation done. There's a little bit of like, I need to do her eyes and her eyebrows and a couple of little things with that. And some of the other like final scene build stuff. But it's basically almost done. That's,
Yeah, it looks good.
yeah, I mean, all this work just for 7 seconds of
Hot Wheel time.
video of Hot Wheel time. Yeah. But it's kind of at that like pinnacle end. So it's kind of important. I think
have
I'm
no
hearing this
cooked
back.
soup.
Only took the whole dang stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
I don't even know what kind of soup I'm cooking.
Free soup.
It's a cabbage and ham soup.
It's kind of weird seeing that pop up.
Mr. Freeze.
We're gonna go send you guys somewhere. We'll be back on Friday. Yeah, Friday should be fine for everything, and then Sunday is Jackbox again. So heads up on that. Who's on that we follow? One Paleo.
I guess you got a pony roulette.
Oh yeah, we can check Pony Roulette then.
Pony
Though I want to like try to find other people
Oh, look at that pony.
that
a dog.
are yeah, that's a dog. That do SFM, but there's not that many people that do.
It's because they do Blender.
We got Free Cuddle.
You might have a better chance looking for Blender animators.
Yeah, but that's not the same. I like supporting SFM people. That's a horse
That is a horse.
where winds meet. Oh, that's a new one, isn't it? Yeah, there's a horse.
Yeah, weird button eye, but yeah.
That's a horse. Hold on.
Okay.
I want to check. There's somebody new. ATF on stream. PNG tour. Yeah. So as far as I can tell, this is fine. Other than that, there's another
new
one that's a
guy.
Q horse, but they're not no thing. So, yeah, we can do that. Let me double check.
What's with the attitude?
I have no idea what this game's about. So, okay. Oh, yeah, we can head over there.
All right.
It's horse.
It's horse. It's button eye horse.
Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Credits. There we go.
All right.
All right. So yeah, see you later, everybody. Had a decent amount of people pop up here. It's really nice. We'll be back Friday and again Jackbox Sunday. Yeah, we're coming up on holidays.
Hey, Victor. Adios, Sir Edward.
Yes. Good luck with school, Edward. Need to find more items.
Later, sunset.
Let's see your sunset later. Miski, spike shoe, mint petal, floofy paper, blank avatar, Nolan, Godzilla Man, spike
Yes.
shoe,
Foundry.
Foundry right after.
You know, all the people who are here.
Oh yeah, I didn't say the thing on the list there. Thank you to Foundry for gift subbing, and Godzilla Man for the resub, and Nolan for the bits.
Yeah. And for all the smooching times, but not the no smooching
That
times.
was about everything. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the
I
smooching
think you do
times.
Hero Flakes for the follow a couple days ago as well. But yeah, otherwise we'll see you guys on the day. Bye bye.
Bye. She's dead now. Hey, they got a horse.